Hey everybody, this is episode 25 of the Fit During COVID-19. I want to talk about a few things today. First thing is I want to say thank you to all my coworkers here at the Civic Hospital for doing such an amazing job. I want to give a special shout out to the nurses who are doing an amazing job, and they should get what they deserve. I want to give a special thank you to everybody who's been working the last 3 or 4 months. And also to everybody who's been at home with their kids. You guys have been amazing and following rules, so that's fantastic. One of the things that's really important to me is that I've tried to build a forum to get to as many people as I can to help them with their fitness, which in turn will help them with their mental part of it, and will build their immune system to help them for COVID-19. I've been asked by a few people why haven't I started to try to build a larger forum. And that's why I'm doing this video on YouTube. I decided to try to build a bigger forum to get to more people so that we can have a bigger family doing this, all of us together. I've had a couple of questions from some of my viewers that have been repeat questions, so I want to answer a couple of these questions. One of the questions is, what is my motivation for doing these videos? And that's pretty simple. My motivation is COVID-19. You know, there's no gyms open, there's nothing going on right now. People don't have trainers, so I was hoping, to put something out there that's fun, that you can do with your family or you can do yourself, that's easy, and that we can all do together. The second question I have is, what is my inspiration for this video? And this is a much deeper answer for me. And my inspiration for doing this video is my wife, Elizabeth. And quick background is, we've been married for 27 years. We have a 24-year-old son, and we have a 20-year-old daughter. And we've pretty much been the average middle-class family for those 27 years. Middle-class job, middle-class house, and things going pretty good, pretty smooth, just day by day. 3 years ago, my wife was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer. And I remember her saying that she had a lump in her breast, and we were going to go to the hospital and get it checked. The first time we went, they informed us that she had breast cancer. So, not the news that you ever want to hear. And the doctor came in and said, there's options. You can do a mastectomy or a lumpectomy. And, that was kind of where we were at that point. But they said they have to do more tests to see what else is going on. And I remember going back a few weeks later, and the doctor came in and informed us that she had stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, and it had actually spread to her bones. And with that conversation being said, he had told us that the means of lifespan for someone who has what she has is approximately 3 years. And about 20% to make it to 5 years, and about 2% to make it over 5 years. And as you can imagine, that was like a punch in the stomach. It was like all the air had been knocked out of me. There was a lot of really bad emotions that came through my body, very negative emotions. But the more difficult thing was looking at my wife who was sitting across from me and realizing is that she was the one that actually had the cancer. It wasn't me. And me being her husband, I wasn't going to be able to help her with this. I'm used to being able to help her, and at this point I felt helpless in this situation. And I remember us getting in the car, and all I could think about is now I have to tell my son, I have to tell my daughter, I have to tell her dad, her brother, and my family. And it was just the uttermost terrible feeling I had ever felt in my entire life. And it was like, again, a sucker punch in the stomach. And I remember we got home, and I'm so used to my wife being able to do all these things. She was working full time, she was taking care of me, she was taking care of the kids, she was taking care of the house. And we got home, and now she needed to rest during the day for an hour or two. She was going to bed early. And I remember one day my wife coming to me and saying that she had met a couple of girls. A couple of them were going to go to the gym. She said that she was going to go to the gym with them. And I thought, okay, that's a good idea, see what you can do. So she went to the gym, And I remember she went for a couple of times, the first week, 2-3 times for about half an hour. And I was happy, but at the same time, I was really concerned because she had stage 4 bone cancer. And so how long was she going to be able to do this? And how long was it going to be before she couldn't do it anymore? And then this was just going to come to a halting end. So I was happy, but at the same time, it was frustrating for me because I wasn't sure how much she was going to be able to do. And 2-3 weeks later, we were talking a bit more, and she was going a little bit more often. She was going 4 times, 5 times, and a little bit more. Again, very pleased by the thought that she was going and things were going well, but again, still not sure about whether or not this was the best plan for us. She came to me one day and she said, you know what, I think I'd like to try to start eating a little bit better. It can't hurt. So she came to me and I said, you know what, I'm good with that. We can go online, we can read up on it and figure out what's the best thing that we can do for you and what you have to make you feel better. So she started working really hard on it, and she started doing it more often. And as a couple more weeks passed, not only was she working out, but at the same time, she was starting to eat better. And I could see a little bit of difference. Even though I was still not sure, I could see a little bit of difference in the way she was acting. She had a little bit more energy. She wasn't sleeping as much. And then I remember she came to me one day and she said, look, she goes, you need to get out of this funk. She said to me, I needed to get out of this funk. And she said to me, she goes, we need to not dwell so much on the negatives and the challenges we're going through, but we need to inspire people by the positives and the victories that we accomplished in this situation. And I thought, wow, that was really inspiring. And I remember looking at her and I said, you know what? I said, you've been doing this for 9 months now like this. And I didn't realize that. I said, you've been leading by example. I said, you get up every day, you fix yourself up, you eat well, you exercise, you stay fit. I said, you work smart, you play hard, and you love deep. And I thought, this is what you've been doing for the past 9 months, and I haven't even seen it. And she looked at me and she said, you know what, I decided that I am going to write my story. Cancer is not going to write my story. It was an incredible thing to hear out of her mouth. She said to me, I am going to write my story. Cancer is not going to write my story. So guys, listen to this. Cancer should not define your life. Your disease should not define your life. Your issues at home should not define your life. COVID-19 should not define your life. You decide your life, and your best life is caused by you. This is the reason why I've decided to tell you guys this. Because if my wife with stage 4 metastatic cancer can do it, then I know that each and every one of you can do it. It doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter situation. You can make the next 5 years or 10 years or 15 years of your life better just by doing this. Remember, lead by example. Be a leader like my wife is. Be a leader like I am now. Get up, fix yourself up, be fit, exercise, work smart, love deep, and play hard. And I promise you that this will help you get to a better place. These are not empty words. I've been dealing with this situation for 3 years. Me and my wife have the knowledge, we've studied, we've learned, and trust me when I tell you, she is changed dramatically to a point where I never thought she could change. So again, like I said, if she can do it, I know you guys can do it. So please take this to heart. Please, all of you, lead by example, and let's make this a large forum and get to more people. And with that being said, I will be starting my workout video in the next 30 seconds. Thank you. Bye.